meditation challenge. I look forward to go do this session again with you. It's always a pleasure. I hope there are going to be some new people also. That will be always nice. We like to grow this channel. We're now on 1/5 of all the whole series of 100 days. And insofar as you're already here from the beginning, or if you step in later, in this series I'm going to explain to you in the 4 different steps that we are going to do in this session. And today is a little bit of a special class because it is the 20th one, so I decided to mark every 20th one with a mountain seat meditation session, so that's a little bit different from the lotus position session. We are still going to do our preparation exercises in a similar kind of fashion, so don't worry about that part. Now we're going to activate a incense stick as a timer for making sure that we meditate about 25 minutes with a lighter, and we do this in a incense burner. So you have to normally make these things, have these things prepared for yourself. I was actually, just before I opened the class, I was preparing tea and I forgot about it, so I will do without tea today. It's a little bit of a pity, but always nice to have a sip of liquid with you. So also, if you like, make sure you have a sip of liquid with you when you meditate, so that when you feel a little bit like a cramp coming up because your muscles are too dry or something, because of whatever kind of reason, you can take a sip of tea and you can calm yourself a little bit down. When after we have done the incense lightning, we are going to do the meditation, and after the meditation we are going to do some self-care things also for the body. When we are doing this meditation cycle, you have to realize that your body is going through all kinds of changes, and it might very well be that your body sometimes feels more like holding tight, or that you feel anxiety or anything like that. And it's important to realize that the purpose of the meditation is to help you focus and centralize. This is one thing that we already mentioned before, but it is also to help you to minimize all kinds of things so that you feel strong under weak situations. This is one of the things that it is. In Taoism practices, in many practices, or for the purpose of many practices, and especially for immortality practice, the thing is, you want to learn to survive under a situation where you would normally barely be alive. So you want to start rebuilding yourself from scratch. So the 100-day meditation, which is called setting up the fire, setting up the stove, is not only just learning how to warm the dantian, to focus on the dantian, but it is also to learn to minimize the functions of your body in such a way that the functions that are hidden underneath the main noisy functions of your body also become visible. So in the process of learning to do the meditation, you very gradually have to come to a situation where you feel that you are actually, how do you say that? Very simply, having a lot of functions, hidden functions, like in your mobile phone. When you scrape to it, there's hidden developer functions and so on. You can find in yourself also in the same way. You can find all kind of hidden developer functions where you can learn to cultivate your body with, and your mind with, and your feelings with, and so on and so on, so that your meditation actually becomes more effective. You have to understand that your body is sort of a feedback system, and what we want to do, we want to gradually learn all the buttons in the feedback system, and then we want to remember them. So for this you have to also, of course, many times to meditate. I see that in the WhatsApp there is a question coming for the link towards this thing, so if anybody can maybe send it to that, because I cannot interrupt my session here, of course. When you it is for people, of course, who are here, who also are part of the fashion, the WhatsApp group for the Daolanders. When when we are meditating, in that sense, we'll have to learn to scale down in all kinds of functions, so that we only do that what is absolutely necessary, and we try to learn to exclude all the things we don't really need, so that gradually it seems like we study all the different kind of actions and moves in our body and in our action in our daily life, and we don't seem to do anything by accident. This kind of concentration, what you then build up, is called composure, and this is a very important part in both Confucianism and in Taoism. So let's get on with the class and the session, and let's go practice a little bit. If there's any questions, then make sure you leave them in the comments behind and below. I'm sorry. And also, if you know people who be interested, make sure you share the link with these people. Tomorrow there's going to be another session, of course. So for now, maybe it's a little bit too late to give a call to action, but try to do that so that we can grow our channel, that we gradually can grow over the amount that we are now with. We are now at this moment more or less getting stuck at about average 6-7 people every session. We like to grow to about 100 people every session by the time when we are at the end. So we're a little bit behind on the program. So make sure that you help this channel by adding more people to it. It will definitely help the meditation session much better. Also because you get more questions, more reactions, and therefore also more opportunity to think about all kinds of stuffs. So make sure you butterfly with your knees, you pull your back straight, relax your shoulders, relax your arms, and also relax your fingers so that you hang only on the joints. And gradually, when you feel that you are doing good, you can start butterflying a little bit bigger so that you stretch the groin tendons, the tendons in the groin on the inside of your thigh, and go a little bit bigger, a little bit stronger. You really feel like it's warming up. As a result, then feel more comfortable because of the bouncing. Alright, very good. So then, to help your channels also, make sure that you sit up straight and you let your leg hang so that it feels really very comfortable. If you feel it's very difficult, you just guide it softly and gently with your hands. Let the stretch come naturally. Try not to force your legs to stretch. Also, the other leg, the same. And at the moment when you feel like you're stretching and you feel like you're tightening, then your breath also tightens. So what you can do is you can help yourself by not tightening your breath, which helps you to overcome fear. And as a result, that your leg also will feel more comfortable in relaxing and stretching. The next leg, the same. Now we cross the fingers again, same like before. We take the foot on the outside and we lift it on the level of the face. We go sit on the perineum. We try to sit a little bit straight, and then we pull the foot towards the face and try to relax your body as much as possible, so that you try to relax your legs as mainly as possible, so that you open up your joints, and then you push out your foot with your knees a little bit bent outward, and you use that to make your spinal column straight. This is to compensate for the pressure that you just put on your spinal column with putting your foot towards your face. It is easy to bring your face down, but of course that is also called cheating. So first go sit up straight, lift up to the level of your face, bring forward towards your face, try to stay straight, put some more pressure on your legs and on your back, but you keep your back straight as much as possible and you try to relax your leg as much as possible. Then you push out your leg, a little bit bent again. Alright, very good, nice. And then you take with your right hand your left foot again and turn it over your knees, sit on both bumps, and push your knee around your waist, and also in the other direction, same. And normally, yes, let's do it now anyway. This exercise will go later on. We go to the mountain pose. We go out of the lotus position. So if you can, go sit in the lotus position, in the half lotus position, or when you cannot, just sit in the cross-leg position. Preferably sit straight on the floor and lift yourself up on your hands so that you really let your back hang out a little bit like this, and you use the weight of your legs as a counterweight and drop. Alright, very good. And if you want, you can lift also up the whole legs, and then again you drop. Okay. Move forward, bounce a bit. Go sideways, bounce a bit. And the other sideways, same. Bounce a bit. Pull your hands a little bit so that you help yourself stretch a little bit more. Alright, rotate your neck. Rotate your neck and make your neck long when you do that, make your back long when you do that, to make sure that you actually really stretch very well. And also relax and rotate around your chest so that your rib cage and your spinal column get properly grinded. Also make your back long. While you do that, also when you go backwards, try not to fold your neck. When you go backwards, but try to make your neck long and also the opposite direction. Rotate. The idea is that you create space and comfort in your body, of course. Alright, and from your groin, same. Make a large circle and try to sink inwards and downwards. Also in opposite direction. Alright, very good, very nice. Take your right shoulder to the left. Take your left shoulder to the right. Take your right shoulder to the left shoulder to the right. Alright, very good. Put your hands out, stretch your arms a bit. And if you can, this is a little bit of a hard one for many people. My coat's in the middle. When you go to the next one, make sure you put your wrist in your groin, and if you can, make your arms long, relax your shoulder, make your neck long, so that you know that you create enough space in your spinal column. Your arms should be able to be straight. Preferably, you can make yourself longer than that. Alright, very good. Stretch up, arms backwards. Alright, and rotate a few times so that you open up your chest a little bit more. And also in the opposite direction. So let's have a start with this. And so for this purpose, we're going to first stretch out again, fold right like a horse. You hold your foot underneath the balls of your feet, you put your wrist on your toes, and you fold like this. And you try to sit up straight and you ride a horse. Alright, very good. Then bring your feet backwards. What you can do is you can bring your heels a little bit outward, in case sitting on your heels itself is a little bit painful, but make sure that you sit like that. If you are really required because of knee problems to sit higher, then you can put a cushion in between. I have this roll here, I will take this one for today as an experiment like that, and you just put it in like that and you sit on it like this. You can take any kind of cushion. If it helps you, this is fine. This is different from what we normally do, because normally we sit on the Huayin point, but in this case, because we sit like this, Huayin point still comes down. We go still open up the 3 gates, and the upper gate is for the base of the skull, the middle gate or the stone gate is for the level of the heart behind the back, and the lower gate is for behind the umbilicus, the Mingmen point. The top one is to help you open up for the wind, to let the wind escape in your body. The middle gate is the stone gate, is for managing your emotions, so let go of the pressure of your emotions. And the lower one is to get rid of the fire in your body by creating yang qi. So at the moment when we are sitting like this, you will notice that every time when you are better in opening the 3 gates, you will also feel less tired. And especially the one Mingmen is for physical tiredness, the middle one is for emotional tiredness, and the upper one is for mental tiredness. And so they relate to the 3 Dantian, of course. That doesn't mean that they help you open the Dantian. It is a much longer trajectory, So we're not going to talk about that right now, but we now first start on the lower dantian. And the lower dantian has to be activated and focused within these 100 days that we are doing this meditation. And you can see that you go over a long trajectory, and the trajectory takes about 20 years altogether for most people. So unfortunately, you can't really speed that up. You might want to, but it doesn't really work. You still need the same amount of time because it is a trajectory that you go through as a human, not just as a body. Alright, very good. So now when we are sitting like this, lift up the base of the skull, lift up the base of the heart, lift up the base of the kidneys, and we're going to put we greet the incense messenger for bringing the feeling of the meditation out into the world, and let the world impress us in its completeness during the meditation. We are burning the incense, bring it on, and make sure there's no flame burning, but just a smoldering point. Put it in front of your face, the flame at the level of the yin tang point between the eyebrows. Look at the point with both fingers and say thank you, messenger, for serving us as a timer and for transporting our dedication out into the world so that our meditation eventually can help all sentient beings. So this is like the beginning of a whole new life, of course. When you do a trajectory like this and you really want to pursue meditation as a life goal, make sure that every time when you meditate, you also make yourself aware of the fact that your meditation is something that is related to your relationship with nature, with the world as a whole, and that you hope that your meditation actually contributes in a positive way. You know, I often make cynical remarks about these kind of things, that the world will become better or not when people meditate. I don't believe the world becomes better when people meditate, but through the process of meditation, you can learn to become a better human, and in that way, individually, can contribute to a better world through your actions. So right now, the dantian you have to find, the moment when the three gates are open, from the crown to the perineum, there is a line going straight through your body, and from the umbilicus, 3-4 fingers below that line, in that line, if you take a line backwards to Mingmen, and you take the crossing on that line, and you go 3-4 fingers below that horizontal line, then there you will find your dantian. So this is where you concentrate. It's a little bit on the back side of your belly, not on the front side. When you have a little bit of a bigger belly, you might feel it on the front side. There's also an acupuncture point, which is called dantian here in the front, below your navel, your umbilicus. That is not the same. So at the moment when you sit, just relax your chest, keep actively lifting up the spinal column through these three gates, helping you to eradicate what is called three worms. These are three factors, negative factors inside your health that are continuously trying to activate your self-destructive tendencies, and what we do through meditation is try to develop your constructive tendencies. When the worms are dead, your productive qualities are of course going to be ruling your life, but not, well, the destructive qualities render your life. The incense stick will burn about 25 minutes, so don't worry, it's not a very long session, in case this is the first time. Make sure you keep all your senses open so that your eyes see all the differences in light in your room. ears hear all the sounds. Your smell, mouth, your nose and mouth, they pick up all the smells and tastes. Your senses of touch feel the nuance of your clothes over your body, but also potential draft moving through the room or the nearness of other beings. You might even come to feel the space around you, the dimensions of the room, the hollows in the objects. Keep your eyes half open, so don't close your eyes. The light keeps you awake, so that your consciousness does not fall out into a dream state, because then in that case you start deluding yourself with all kind of images and feelings and stuff, thoughts. Of course, if you have these kind of thoughts when your eyes are open, you have to work a little bit harder. Your mind doesn't have to be completely still, but the point is that we conquer our mind. That our mind sees itself subservient to your life and not your life subservient to the mind. When you sit for a while, then the dantian will slowly fill up and will become more pressurized. The moment that it becomes more pressurized, the warmth in the movement will grow, steaming up the water from the renmai, piece of the domai, going all the way to the crown, and then eventually going down as saliva, dew, collecting in the renmai. So when saliva collects in the mouth, make sure you swallow it with small bits. You can keep your tongue as your palate. You're breathing calmly and softly. Keep your fingers a little bit spread out, don't close your hands. If you have your hair tied up, it's always best during meditation to let go of your hair, to make it loose. Keep working on the lifting of your vertebrae. According to Chinese medicine biology, the spinal column should be flat on the outside, the vertical line, and round in the horizontal line of the shoulders. Upper limb should be the bottom of your trunk, your crown the top. Again, please let your senses remain active, receptive, but also pay attention to the Dantian and feel the growing process. Feel how it affects your hands, your feet, because it restores the kidneys. The kidneys have to restore the flow of yin and yang towards and from the fingertips and the toes. When the body yang becomes fulfilled, start filling up the Dantian, and it will feel like a brightening of your body, filling, illumination. So let it happen. It feels like your body is smiling to itself. You don't necessarily see illumination. It feels like it. The body becomes more clear. But as a result, you can better see what your body actually is doing. You can see that clarity and form, Qing, Xing, very important subjects. We're already halfway the session. So that's about 12 minutes. When you're tired, pay a little bit more attention to opening the spinal column. You'll start having sudden moves in your spinal column from falling asleep, catching yourself. Try to prevent that, but if you're too tired, you just go to sleep. You should never exhaust yourself with anything. You should go to bed well rested. The purpose of the Dantian meditation, of course, is to find rest, to clarify the mind, so that you do not need your REM sleep. Once the Dantian becomes more active, you will feel that your joints are easier in lifting themselves from each other. That's what the kidneys do. The kidneys function properly. The joints will feel relaxed and open. In the course of our life, we collect all kind of waste products in our body that are being deposited around our joints as tensions. Spend every day some time rotating all your joints to help you produce more elastin, the stuff that helps to make the joint ligaments more flexible. It also helps you to produce more of the ground stuff, to produce cartilage, which you also need very badly. The stretching of the long muscles isn't even as interesting or as important as that. We are now at about 2/3 of the session. Keep relaxing. Observe how your breath moves through your body, your blood. Your weight sinks. If you see your thoughts coming up, don't pay attention to it. They are not that important. It's narcissistic to think that your thoughts have any meaning. So stay calm. The calmer you stay, the more comfortable your body will feel. Blood will come out all the way to the form of your body. It means to the outer part, your awareness will rise. But with it, also the stem cells of your body, they will come out to the surface, help you renew your skin. Help yourself also by relaxing the diaphragm and the solar plexus, where the diaphragm meets the chest bone. Chest bone consists out of a few vertebrae, basically, on the front side of your body. The meditation eventually will soften it up. We use it in its own qigong. So you see that from Dantian meditation there's crossover in all kind of practices that are rooted in the Dantian meditation in itself. As you see, sitting on the mountain position is like a test moment, especially when you sit on a hard surface. You have to deal with pain and relax into the pain. It's the kind of yielding that you need to face the difficulties of life. Your meditation is like a testing ground for daily life. Always try to be kind and gentle to people. You can make jokes, no problem, but make sure the jokes are well packaged. Try not to make them mean. And realize for yourself when your jokes are mean. Or too mean. A few more minutes. During the meditation process you have to fart or yawn or burp, that's fine. If liquids run out of your nose, your ears, or drool from the corners of your mouth, or you get sexually aroused, it's fine. Just let it happen, it'll pass. Whether you're a man or woman, doesn't matter. You meditate a lot, you gradually become more gender neutral. Alright, rub your hands gently. Make sure that your hands become dry. If they're not dry yet, squeeze a little bit, rotate. Stretch your joints a little bit open. Rub your face. Both sides of your ears. Squeeze your earlobes. Pull hard. And draw lines against your skull, through your ears, until eventually your ears, fingertips disappear inside your head and pull out. Okay, you can go sit on the side if you want. Plow the fields. Beat the drum and flip the drum, beat the drum and clap the bells with your teeth. Rub the base of the skull. You see that the sitting on the mountain posture is a little bit harder when you sit on a hard surface. I always prefer a hard surface because it's just better to challenge yourself better. It's not right to do practice like this and then pamper yourself. Okay, hold on to the dantian. It is the difficulties that you admit to yourself that make your progress faster. Thank you for the likes, by the way. Alright. Put your legs straight. After the mountain position, it might be a little bit hard. So rub your knees, first maybe with one knee, then the other one. Move your kneecaps. You see the lotus position, we always pay attention first to the feet. That is now much less important. The stiffness of your knees might be important. Squeeze at the back side in your hollow of your knee, letter number 40. And then bring your feet inward. Rotate the feet. Shake and massage by pounding the foot to make sure that the blood circulation becomes better. And also today, which is a Friday, we also had a session with the qigong practices where we referred also to this practice because at the moment when you do the qigong, which is a practice based on being healthy and then developing yourself, third level practice. So then having a good and strong dantian is very important. When you are ill and you do practices to actually basically increase your health, then the dantian is very helpful. But if you don't have it, then you have to have it from the mechanics of the exercises. What is important, and that is something that somebody pointed out to me, at the moment when you meditate, you see that when you look at your skin, when you have a mirror in front of you, you see that the blood circulation in your face might have changed a little bit. It doesn't mean that it becomes more colorful in meditation. That also is possible because you can get more ruddy cheeks when your body becomes more hot. But you might mostly feel that, for instance, at the top of your head, your body cools a little bit down. There's the condensation of the yang qi. And as a result that the blood pulls away a little bit from there. This is a good sign because it means that you're really calming down. And you see that in the camera, like looks like I have a very huge headache, but that is because I am from Mars actually. And this is my alien face. Anyway, what is the point is that in the meditation we want to make sure that we achieve all these different kind of things. Have the blood come to the surface where also your awareness then goes to, so that you become more aware of where every body part is. The dantian is in the center, that also has to become the center of your universe, and it has to stay there also during your day. So try to make sure that in the daytime you also pay attention as much as possible to the dantian. Very gradually you will be able to hold on to the dantian more constantly, and it will fluctuate still during the day. But by the end of the 100 days, it should be possible to have the attention of the dantian almost 100%. So that would be really great because then you know at a certain point when your body asks for it, when to put on the dantian, make it more active, and when to cool it down a bit and temper it a little bit. I hope you had a very nice session. I want to thank you for your presence here. And if you have any remarks, then just quickly write them, because in a few minutes we are going to close down the stream. And I look forward to see you then tomorrow again. Tomorrow we have another session. And we're going to work then back into the lotus position, or in the cross-leg position, or on the chair, whatever you feel comfortable with. I hope you didn't have too many problems with sitting in the mountain position. Hi, Suzanne. Hi, Claudia. Yes. The new posture was not that done by me. Okay, no problem. No worry about it. It is a challenge, extra challenge, to see how you're doing at that moment. So if you can do it on your knees, that would be really great. Hi, Chris. I saw somebody else, but I couldn't see it so quickly. Ah, Rami, you made it. Hola. Good. That's very nice. You made it. So you were the one asking for the link probably before. Yes, it was definitely more challenging, and that is the whole point at the moment when you are doing this meditation on the mountain posture. This is really very hard. We can also do it like in a Korean side sit, like this one, but then your body is more asymmetrical, and it can be a little bit harder. Let me see, I saw text. Yes. You're welcome, Rami. And for everybody, if you can share the links with other people, of course, in your social media, take one of the earlier videos that are still there, preferably the one with 119 views or 120 views or something like this, because that is more attractive to watch a video with many links than one with only a few links. And then I invite people to partake also in this class. Well, they'll all see it anyway when it is inside the video. Let's try to involve as many people with dantian meditation as you can. It is an essential part of taijiquan, qigong, Daoist practice, but even for many Buddhist practice in China, but it's very rarely actually done. So let's get to work on that. Thank you very much, and some of you I will see tomorrow in our Chinese medicine class, and some of you I will see in the coming days. Okay, take good care. See you tomorrow evening in the meditation class.